Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video and welcome to another episode of League Discussion, the series I take your topics, rip them apart, my own opinions and experiences, and encourage you guys to join in the conversation in the comment section below. Two things before we begin. Excuse the wet hair, just came out the shower and I prefer to let it dry naturally. Second thing, you'll notice the new chair. It's just arrived. I just filmed the unboxing video, so that will probably come out in about a week or so time, the unboxing and review video. But already first impressions is really goddamn good. This is the $1,000 crazy good chair. Let's get into the actual discussion though. And this one, I'm not going to say it's controversial because the people that may have this mindset of what I'm going to talk about probably are less than 1%. Probably even less than 1% to be honest. Like it's 0 point something. And it's basically, if I've titled the video something like that, like talking to a delusional or talking to someone in self-denial who is a bronze player. I've been part of the League of Legends community for a very long time. I've coached a lot of people. I'm not doing private one-to-one sessions at the moment, but I have done in the past. And I have come across a lot of people who are in a bit of self-denial when it's like, oh, I'm bronze, but I deserve X. The conversation that I had with somebody last night is the biggest example that I've ever seen of somebody who is living in self-denial. So much so to the point that he's come up with like tinfoil hat conspiracy theories to why he's not climbing. Now, the first thing I want to say is even though some people go like, this seems quite intense to like go in at one person, I'm trying to not make this a personal attack. I'm not going to name him. I'm not going to shame him. I'm just going to say the situation because what I'm worried about is this video most likely is not going to help that guy. Like he may be like a flat earther. He might be a little bit too far gone. But what I'm hoping is if there are some people that are kind of just starting to get these ideas of, oh, it's the system that's holding me down, I'm hoping it will help them. So if you're somebody right now who's going to be listening to this is kind of like, oh, I kind of think that as well, that's who I'm hoping this video will help. And to the rest of you, maybe this is just a bit of entertainment who, you know, somebody actually thinks this way. Because for me, it was a bit of entertainment. By the end of it, I was getting annoyed. I was literally getting annoyed. And I have a debate background. And, you know, I've always kept my cool in debates. You just can't. You know, when it comes to, like, people with tinfoil hat conspiracies, there is no reasoning, and that's the one thing to say. No matter like what spectrum you fall on, there isn't reasoning with these type of people. And I don't want to create like another debate in the comments, but it's very reminiscent of flat earthers or religious people. There just isn't a debate with them. They have their thing. That's it. So this is what I mean by this video is probably not going to help that guy. Probably not. But the idea is to help others, and that's the whole point of HuzzyGames. So what happened? First thing to say is he left a comment on the channel. Something on the lines of, I'm bronze, and I play better than most of these diamond players. I deserve better. I'm definitely not bronze. And obviously, with my debate background, I don't reply to a lot of people on YouTube. I try to reply to as many people as I can. But that type of comment sparks my interest. It's like, there could be a potential debate. There could be a potential learning for him. Because again, someone like me who has climbed through the ranks over the years, was a terrible player in Season 1, Season 2, climbed through the ranks, gets a fresh account to Diamond every single season. I've got a fair amount of knowledge about the matchmaking system, about ranked in general. So I was like, I'm going to go for it. So I basically just started up by saying, you know, that's just simply not true. What makes you think that way? That type of thing. Just general, like, you know, it's not true. And he basically came with his, you know, the tinfoil. Oh, it's the matchmaking system that's holding me down. You know, I perform way better. I've got trolls on my team. So let's just start with the system of the matchmaking, because I'll move on to something that I think was the bigger issue in a moment of where I think it was a bit dangerous to have the mentality. But the matchmaking system. If you have the opinion that the matchmaking system is what's holding you down, you're not looking at the grand picture, because every single player in League has the same system. You're not special, you're not different. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but you're simply not. Everybody has the same system. Everybody has the same chance of winning and losing than you. But in actual reality, you actually have more of a... you have a more positive chance of winning than the enemy team in every single game of League. And you'll be like, why is that? This is true if you personally are not a problemed player. If you're not toxic, if you're not a rager, if you're not a troll... statistically, you have a better chance of winning in every single game of League than the enemy team. Why is that? Well, if you're not a problem player, then on your team, you only have 4 people that potentially could ruin your game. If you're not the one that's ruining it, you have 4 people on your team that can ruin it. On the enemy team, there are 5 people who could ruin it. As long as you're not a problem player, you have actually a pretty good chance of winning. So that's the first thing to note, is everybody has the same system. As long as you're not a problem player, you have a better chance of winning than the enemy team in every single game of League. Second point is it's been proven time and time again, even by myself, that the system isn't what holds people back. And the first thing I want to say is it's not a perfect system. I agree with that, it's not, but it's pretty much as near perfect as you're going to get. A perfect rank system simply doesn't exist, unfortunately. When everybody comes up with their own ideas of this is how solo queue should be, this is how the rank system should be, it's always biased to themselves. It's to make it easier to climb for themselves. But I'm telling you right now, the system is basically as easy as it's ever been. Back in the day, when it was like no divisions, it was just like you're silver or you're gold, and there was crazy amount of MMR in between. Those are the hard days back in Season 1, Season 2. That was hard to climb. I think even maybe Season 3 had part of that system. Those are hard. Nowadays, it's very clear if you're climbing or not. It's very clear that Riot want you to climb. Hell, they even give you a free promotional victory if you fail a promo and you go back into the same promo. They give you a free win. If that's not Riot saying, hey, we want you to climb, I don't know what else is. And then obviously, yes, what I mentioned just briefly is there are people climbing all the time. Like, literally, there are examples of people going up in rating all the time. And there are examples of people that just simply are staying the same. The difference between these two groups of people, and again, someone that has coached people for years and looked at people and spoken to people throughout years of playing League, it's just two different mindsets. One mindset, usually in solo queue, is the type of like, oh, I'm bronze and I deserve higher. The other mindset is, I'm going to climb. Full stop. There is no, I'm bronze, I deserve higher. It's, hey, I'm just going to climb. I'm going to learn. I'm going to get better. I'm going to climb. The reason why you never really hear anybody in really platinum and above, maybe even diamond above, saying, hey, ELO hell exists or the system is what's holding me back, is because they don't care. They're not looking to make excuses. They're simply climbing because they deserve to climb. You know, again, it's not some tinfoil hat conspiracy that why all the bronze people think they're correct going, hey, we're bronze. It's because of the system. You don't hear that in diamond because obviously it just doesn't exist. The people that don't believe in that, who want to climb, who deserve to climb, they just climb. It's that simple. The people that have that weird tinfoil hats conspiracy, they're the ones that are stuck. Is that a coincidence? Like, come on. So that's just the basic. Now let's get on to the one point that I think was actually a little bit dangerous. Because this individual obviously thought, you know, he's probably in his own like chair. Again, debates sometimes play with your mind. Like, you're thinking, oh, I've got him. You know, checkmate. Got him. Hey, how's he going to counter that one? I think his moment that he put his, you know, queen in check to win the game of the debate was Mobalytics tells me I'm challenger in certain categories. How do you counter that, Huz? The problem with this is where I think it's dangerous, and what he didn't know, and some people will probably be chuckling right now if you've been with the channel a little while, I've worked very closely with Mobalytics. Like, very close. I helped them develop that system. I've had sponsored videos with them. I've had meetings with them of like what is worth including and how should they do the systems. I've been very close on Mobalytics for like a long time. I haven't worked with them recently, but it's the same system in place that I helped build. So the first thing I want to say is this is the first example of somebody that I have seen that is taking that system literally. Like, yeah, I will say this as somebody that has worked with them. I have never met somebody that's done that, and nobody expects people to take it literally. Mobalytics is not telling you that, hey, we rank you challenger here, you would fit in a challenger game. That's not what the system is designed for, and if this person has taken it literally, this is what I mean, that is a dangerous mindset, because he's created this whole conspiracy of why he's not climbing. His final point of like, hey, this is, you know, solid evidence of why I'm not climbing, was because Mobalytics said he deserves challenger because of certain categories, and his whole point of, hey, I'm better than some of these diamond players, was this point is, hey, Mobalytics is putting me higher than diamond players in certain categories. Obviously I'm a challenger player, right? That's basically of like his point. Such a dangerous mindset, to be honest. So basically what the Mobalytics system, if you're unaware of what it does, you input your profile, and they're going to say, this isn't a sponsored video, I just have to explain what it does. You put your profile in, and it comes out with several categories. So it's like kills, assists, warding, jungling, farming, whatever. There's multiple categories, and it kind of ranks you in these categories. And just because it's League of Legends, they're just using the League of Legends ranking system of, you know, bronze, silver, challenger. It's not that rank. They're just using those names. It's not really a comparison going, you're challenger in kills, therefore you'd be fine in challenger. It's simply a little high five to go, hey, you get more kills than the average bronze player by a fair margin. You know, they could have done it with other things. The only reason that they named it Challenger, Diamond, and all that type of thing is because it's League. You know, if they do Mobalytics for different video games, they'll just call it by the different ranks because everybody's familiar with that. You know, they could have just numbered it. It's like, oh, you've got a 5 in kills? Well done. You got a 1. You need to improve that. That's all the system is. But unfortunately, he took it literally. And just to kind of explain why the system isn't to be taken 100% literally, it's a guideline. And I think I even mentioned this in my sponsored stuff that I did with Mobalytics. It's a guide for what you need to improve on. It's a guide to what you need to improve on, and it's a little high five to say, well done. That's all it is. Because the general premise of it is, if, say, you're a bronze player, all your games are versus other bronze players. So if you get high kills, well, you're playing versus bronze. Or bronze versus a bronze, obviously, that's fine. It's not bronze versus challenger. It's not bronze versus diamond. You're getting ranked, and all your games of rank that you're getting judged on is bronze versus bronze. A challenger player, I can't believe I have to explain this, a challenger player is playing versus challengers, which I'm sure everybody knows. In challenger, it's harder to get kills, it's harder to get assists, it's harder to get farm. Even though these players are way better than every player in League, it's harder to get that stuff. Why? Because they're against challenger players. A challenger person isn't just going to die and give up a kill like a bronze player is, because they're in challenger. They know what they're doing. So that's just the general premise of, like, again, the Mobalytics system is good because it tells you, hey, you're a little bit under average, maybe, you know, improve this a little bit. It's a little high five of saying, hey, keep up, that's good. But it's not a direct comparison. It's never been designed for that. And that way of thinking, when I read that, I was like, wow, people exist like that. And that's why I made this video, just to kind of explain, it's not the system that's holding you back, it's you. Again, I forgot to mention a point earlier that basically is like the most basic thing of explaining why you're not climbing if you believe in the type of thing. The most common factor to why you're not climbing in every single ranked game is you. That's it. You're in every single... You as a person are in every single one of your ranked games. You know, you don't have the same players in every single ranked game. You have different players. Everybody else is playing differently. But the one common thing that is in every single ranked game that you play is you. So obviously the common thing of why you're not climbing is you. But yeah, so I want to create discussion in the comment section below. And again, I'm not naming, I'm not shaming the person that had these opinions. Because again, he may be really young. He may have some issues. I don't know. Again, I don't want to attack him on that ground. All I can go off is his points just simply were misinformed. But I'm hoping, and again, I don't think this video is going to help him because I think he's too far gone. I'm hoping to help the next person that's going to turn into him. The next person that thinks the whole game is against him, when unfortunately he's just misinformed. Like the icing of the cake with me, because again, I could counter every single point very easy about the matchmaking. But the final point of when he thought he probably had me and going, Mobalytics, it was like, oh no, please no. So hopefully that will help some people understand the system a little bit more. If it has, throw a like on the video. Comment down below what you think about this. And again, we're not here to make fun of this guy. It is a funny situation, I'm not going to lie. But we're here as a learning point. I wouldn't make this video for any other reason, to hopefully educate people, to help them, and kind of get out of that stupid mentality of it's other things while you're not climbing. You know, if it was simply the system, I would get stuck eventually on one of my Smurfs. The only time I've ever got stuck on one of my Smurfs is Platinum 1 because I was playing like garbage. That's it. But if you suck it up and you kind of go, nope, I know what I'm doing, I'm going to learn more, I'm going to climb, I'm going to realize of how I'm not climbing. Climbing isn't that hard. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I know some people get triggered when I kind of say that type of thing. But speaking from somebody that has experience, obviously, yes, a diamond player, I'm going to get to diamond. But if it was the system that was holding me back, it wouldn't matter if I'm a diamond player because the system would make me get stuck. It never has. So that's just what I want to say. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, throw a like, comment down below what do you guys think about this? Have you ever met someone like this? Because again, I've met plenty of people like this, but this was definitely the biggest example of it. And it simply came from somebody that was misinformed. Anyway, like, subscribe. See you guys next time.